Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of MJ Everyday, a supplement-based episode for you guys today. I'm gonna discuss which whey is better. So one of the most common questions that we get at MassiveJoes is, should I go a whey protein isolate or should I go a whey protein concentrate, or should I look at a blend? Should I look at a blended protein that combines both WPI and WPC? And really comes down to the question, which whey is better, or what are the differences and what are the benefits over an isolate has over a concentrate and vice versa. So starting with a whey protein concentrate, definitely the most pure of the types of whey that we're dealing with. And what I say when I mean pure, what I'm referring to is the least processed. So the most pure form of whey. Whey, obviously a product of milk, comes from milk, and the least processed to get it into whey protein concentrate form. If we go one step further along the processing chain through either a microfiltration or an ion exchange, there's a few different ways that we can process whey protein concentrate to remove the fats and the carbohydrates. We end up with a whey protein isolate. So whey protein concentrate is the most pure type of whey that we can get. Whey protein isolate is slightly more processed than whey protein concentrate. So that's the first thing to consider. The next thing to consider is the carbohydrate and fat content and the difference between a whey protein concentrate and a whey protein isolate. Now, because WPC is more pure and less processed, it is generally going to contain a little bit more carbohydrates and a little bit more fats, and therefore a little bit more calories per serve than a whey protein isolate. So your whey protein isolate, you might have 25 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of carbs, whereas your whey protein concentrate, you might have the same 25 grams of protein, but it's combined with maybe 3 or 4 grams of carbs and maybe 2 or 3 grams of fat. So that's something that you guys need to consider as well, is the carbohydrate and fat content of a WPI compared to a WPC. You then also need to consider the lactose content, and this is particularly important if you are lactose intolerant or you have an issue with digesting lactose. WPC is always going to contain more lactose naturally than WPI. Once again, because it hasn't been processed, those excess carbohydrates and therefore lactose, which is a sugar, which is milk sugar, so as a type of carbohydrate, hasn't been removed from the WPC. Whereas most WPIs are either going to be completely lactose free because all the lactose, all the milk sugar has been taken out, or they're going to be pretty damn close to being lactose free. So if you are lactose intolerant or you have a problem digesting lactose, it's probably going to be better for you to steer towards a WPI rather than a WPC. The next thing to consider is the speed of digestion. Now, there is a little bit of confusion or some misconceptions about the difference in speed of digestion between a WPC and WPI. They are very, very similar, guys. Very similar in terms of speed of digestion. WPI is going to be a little bit faster because of the fact that it doesn't have particularly as many fats as a WPC in there. Fats tend to slow down digestion, so WPI is going to be a little bit faster in terms of digestion time, so ideal for post-workout use, for example, but not significantly faster than WPC. So really the speed of digestion between a WPI and WPC, very, very similar. And then the major thing that really most people are going to look at is the price. Now, because WPI is more processed than WPC, there's an extra processing stage that is going to add cost to the cost of producing that particular product. WPIs are almost always going to be more expensive than WPC, and for most of us that really is going to dictate whether we go a WPI or a WPC. So you really need to weigh up the benefits between a WPI and a WPC. The main benefit that WPI has over WPC is lower lactose or no lactose, lower carbs, lower fat, but it is more expensive and it digests very slightly faster, whereas a WPC is a more pure type of whey. It's got more naturally biologically available amino acids that your body can actually use because it's more pure, because it's less processed. But the downside is it is going to have lactose and it is going to be slightly higher in carbs and fats. but it's also going to be cheaper. And guys, if you're looking for particular products, because I know there's going to be questions about, you know, I've watched the video, I want to buy a WPC, what do you recommend? Or I want to buy a WPI, what do you recommend? If it's WPC that you're after, I recommend, I cannot go past America Labs Patriots Whey, which is a pure WPC type protein powder. If you're after a pure WPI, I cannot go past, and I personally use the core ISO WPI. And if you want a blend of the two, if you want something that's blended WPC with WPI, so you want to get some of the benefits of the best of both worlds effectively and still get really good value for money, of course, you can't go past my personal favorite MTS Whey. Guys, that is a wrap for today's episode of MJ Everyday. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn your post notifications on both on your mobile or cell phone and your desktop PC so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another installment of MJ Everyday. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive.